Greetings, adventurers. It is I, your favorite son of the sturgeon, bane of tadpoles, Fisher King of First Light. Soon it's actually going to be called Old First Light, but that's a different topic for a different video. Ave Mortem of Valhalla, also known as Ad Victoriam of Lilith. Today we're going to be talking about the Season 2 changes to the real New World endgame. Fishing. The PTR notes for fishing include a slightly reduced time to get a nibble when using bait. There's been buffed tension recovery for Tier 3, Tier 4, and Tier 5 fishing poles. The celebration zoom for quality catches no longer applies to uncommon and rare fish. Changed the effect for all baits. Baits now only affect rarity, so size has been removed. Reduced the crafting cost for bread, cheese, meat, and fish bait. Rebalanced the usability of all baits. Some are now only effective at certain times of the day. When using legendary bait, in addition to salmon, adventurers now have a slim chance to catch a rare fat salmon. Fish have scattered all over Aeternum and now find themselves in different homes, which means that they have redistributed each territory's fish population to better balance the value of each territory's fishing pool so that all territories have something exciting. Some territories are still tailored toward certain types of experiences. Sturgeon and sculpin are now catchable in fresh and salt water. Frogfoot fish are now only catchable in salt water. This part right here will hopefully increase the amount of fish sauce available on all servers. And finally, legendary fish also have new home territories, but there's now a chance to catch any legendary in any territory. At a glance, there's definitely a quickness to the nibbling. Not so sure about that tension recovery, and the celebration zoom is definitely happening a lot less. As for the bait, wait, what's that? What is that blue thing? Premium 2-perk bait? Yes, that's right. There is now a new rare bait type that is a 2-perker. There appears to be premium level bait for everything except for the cookables. The second part on the bait is what appears to be time of day constrained. And this bait is bind on pickup, so you actually have to go out there and get it yourself. The actual text on the bait has not changed, but that could just be because we're on the PTR in this instance. And once the Season 2 goes live, the text could be changed, or it could end up getting updated later on down the road, like so many items have their text amended and changed and made clearer after launch. Are the fish scattered all over Aeternum? Why, yes. Yes, they are. Besides seeing sturgeons in pretty much every single hotspot that I went to. Do you need a blue-blooded barb? Try Windsward. Need a ALBENAJA for a trophy? Try Morningdale, Cutlass Keys. Or again, Windsward. Do you want to get the rarest catch of them all? The first light native ALBENAJA? The key Dex Food Tier 5 component that was only obtainable from 1-star hotspots? Simply go to Reekwater or Great Cleave because they're offering those opportunities now as well. Based on the PTR, it appears that all legendaries are available in all areas, with one notable exception. While on the PTR in Brimstone, I pulled 7 legendary Anmisemas from a 1-star fishing spot. And then, when I went back later to that same spot, when it was refreshed and reactivated, I was able to pull 5 more. It seems that the Anmisema is the only legendary available in Brimstone, and it is the only fish that I was not able to catch anywhere but Brimstone. And there's actually a pretty good reason behind that. The Anmisema's only function has been to be salvaged into legendary bait that, when cast into open water, will attract salmon. This has up to this point been the second most useless fish in all of Aeternum, right above the ones that were originally part of the ultimate fishing trophy, but have since had their descriptions changed to only be useful for tier 5 meals. However, as mentioned in the patch notes, using legendary bait grants you a chance to get a rare fat salmon. What do rare fat salmons do? Why, they produce a redonkulous amount of fish roe. Fish roe is the key ingredient for fish sauce, which is used in the tier 5 attribute foods. This was formerly only rarely seen from sturgeon and supposedly paddlefish, although I never got any from paddlefish. So not only are sturgeons more widely available, although still with the seeming low drop rate of fish roe, but the fat salmon is coming in to crush all those fish roe and fish sauce markets. That's right, fish sauce cartel. No more 300 gold for 1 bottle of your juice. The other not necessarily advertised in the patch note sense is that the chance of catching legendaries has pretty obviously increased. It honestly felt almost at times that Katie decided to play Oprah with legendary fish. You get a legendary fish. You get a legendary fish. You get a chest of silent rubbish, you mouth-breathing PvP marauder. And you get a legendary fish, and his name is Charlie the Tuna. You're going to get to have him for dinner. Yeah. Now, in theory, this is probably to offset the spreading out of the legendaries. Previously, you had about a 1 in 20 chance if you were fully bishermaned up to get a legendary out of a 3-star. But depending on where you were, you knew the legendary you were going to get. If it was still a 1 in 20 chance, then those chances would be further diluted because the pool has expanded from 1 possible legendary to 14 legendaries, making it actually a less than 1% chance you would get the legendary you actually are looking for. You still may have that difficulty, but at least you should be getting something useful along the way with more legendary pulls out of all stars of hotspots. There is one other change that will have a possible lasting impact on the economy, and that is that not every chest is a treasure chest. There are now a wide variety of chests you can pull from the sea, at least 6 different kinds. And honestly, the treasure chest has been pretty much nerfed into oblivion with its rewards. So we should see an increase in gem prices and mining gear, as that will become the preferred method to obtain gems for jewelry crafting. Where does this leave fishing? Completely upheaved and turned upside down? Not exactly. While the rest of the game has been simplified and casualized, fishing remains a relatively complex trade skill with varying degrees of rewards that requires deep strategic and tactical coordination to maximize efficiency and consumable volume for the highest profit and peacocking score. Or actually not. Fishing is fishing, and if you're willing to go out and cast the bait, you will get the fish. Really, really simple stuff there. 2 things you can do now to prep for the patch. Try to buy legendary bait off the trading post for no more than 1 gold each. Out of 35 legendary bait casts, I caught 3 fat salmons that produced 16 fishing roe on salvage. I could be wrong, but I fully expect roe to come down to the 75 gold range and fish sauce in the 35 to 50 gold range. At 1 gold a bait, and at that ratio, you're getting the fat salmon for about 10 gold, which puts you way ahead of the game. Make sure you have your fishing trophies fully upgraded now, because trying to hunt down a trophy fish post-patch may be more difficult, as they will be spread out. Overall, I think that this update to fishing is a positive one. Would we still like to see more control over the crafting of our fishing poles? Absolutely. And we want the ability to craft legendary fishing poles. Very high on the list. But I firmly believe that all the other changes are taking fishing in a very positive direction. And quite honestly, there's no better time to do that than with Season 2, as the Summer Medley Fair is the marquee tentpole event for that season. There will be plenty of opportunity to get legendaries that you can turn into mementos for your houses. Thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed the video and want to know when I drop more hard-hitting New World videos just like this. Have a great one. Be well.
Kill confirmed.
Everybody knows that Katie doesn't hate PvPers. We all know that it's Dave. That's why they haven't got a new Outpost Rush map in almost 2 years.